again to Spicy Talk with Omadia. Today, I'll be taking you through a very powerful emotion that tends to destroy our relationships and marriage. As you all know, I am your love doctor and I help you build a healthy relationship and marriage. This powerful emotion we are looking at is anger. Anger is a powerful emotional force that can destroy our relationships and marriage. And the way couples deal with this anger tends to make or mar their relationships. Years ago, I remember a couple of years ago, some of my exes, two in particular, complained about my anger. I used to deal with this powerful emotion and don't really know how to control it and put it under check. I remember once calling my attention to it and saying, you're not going to have a healthy relationship if you don't stop this right now, like if you don't try to control your anger. Yes, I admit, I know I have this problem, but the problem is, how do I deal with this emotional force that I cannot control? How do I begin to tame this monster growing inside of me? I ruined two beautiful relationships. And when I met my husband, I told myself I have to work on this. Okay, I actually started working on it before I met my husband because I don't want to ruin any other beautiful relationship. I worked on myself. I struggled with this. Whenever I'm angry, what I do is I try to hold myself. I try to control it. I try not to speak because I know what comes out of my mouth is venom. I know what comes out of my mouth can destroy. What comes out of my mouth can ruin someone's life. And I don't want this to continue. I don't want this to go on. I know if I'm going to get into another serious relationship that has to lead to marriage, this must not follow me. And I'm glad today that I'm putting it into check. I am not perfect yet, but at least I know how to control it. Managing anger and our response to an angry spouse is a skill that helps promote intimacy and maturity in our romantic lives. Anger is like a bodyguard to our emotions. When we are angry, we protect ourselves from being hurt. And when we are hurt, we feel vulnerable. And when we are vulnerable, we feel powerless. And trust me, nobody wants to feel that way. Anger is like petrol. Pour it into anything and watch it burn. It burns until it destroys everything that comes on its way. It explodes. It keeps burning until we destroy the beautiful relationships we have created, we have built with our spouses. And we don't want that. We don't want to lose that beautiful relationship we have made. So how do we control this anger? How do we put it into check? How do we help ourselves from these powerful emotions that tends to ruin our beautiful relationships? How? There are ways we can help ourselves with this. And one of the ways is avoid sensitive topics. Sensitive topics that can get your spouse's emotion run over. Topics like politics, religion, finance, anything you know that will get your emotions or your spouse's emotion running over, avoid it. And when you want to bring up this topic, find a way to bring it up. And when you notice the countenance of your spouse, you calm down. You can bring it up later in a different way, in a different manner. Because most people are sensitive to some topics, especially when it comes to politics and religion. And on the case of the finance, when you notice that you're demanding for some financial assistance is getting him worked up, you can leave it to some other time. It could be when you're sleeping. It could be when you're just relaxing on a normal, cool mood. Then you can bring up these things if it's very important. Otherwise, let it go. Next is challenging yourself to be a better person. That includes not allowing yourself go down the rabbit hole, not allowing yourself, get destroyed with argument. Challenge yourself to be better if your spouse is the angry type. That includes whether he's meeting up with your needs or not, whether he's providing your needs or not, whether he's doing what is expected of him or not. Do your best to hold yourself together. Don't go down. There are ways you can meet with your needs from your partners without going down the angry path without allowing anger ruin your emotions, ruin your day, without allowing anger destroy that beautiful relationship. Challenge yourself. Tell yourself you can do better. It takes constant practice, steady practice, by putting yourself in check, counting, staying silent. When you are angry, don't speak. Don't speak. Zip up. Close your mouth. Count 1 to 10. Take a deep breath. This will help you not say a word that can destroy, a word that your partner is going to remind you of over and over. Because words, when spoken, can never be taken back again. Next is avoid spontaneous movements, like breaking things, slamming the door, hitting stuffs. There are people, when they are angry, they smash everything they can lay their hands on. They slam the doors. Anger has led so many people to jail today. It has ruined lives. It has made a lot of people destroy their spouses' lives. Leave scars that can never be wiped off. Some are languishing in jail today because of stabbing their loved ones out of anger. Avoid movements. Avoid movement. If you can, quietly walk out through that door. Walk out. Take a walk. 5 kilometers. Trust me, by the time you do that, you will feel better. Walk away if you can. If your spouse is not walking away, walk away. Take a deep breath. Go into the other room and shut the door. Shut yourself in there. Play some music. Eat. Whatever you can do to calm you down at that particular moment when the anger is building up, it's welling inside of you. Do it. Walk away. Keep shut. Lock yourself up. Just don't speak. Don't respond. It's tough. It's hard to keep this. But if you practice it over time, believe me, you will find yourself getting better and better by the next one is apply the I would love it if statement. I would love it if. If your partner is not doing as expected, apply the I would love it. If he or she is not meeting up with their responsibilities, apply the I would love it if. Which means, rather than let anger take control of you when your spouse is not doing what is expected of them, why don't you say, I would love it if you spend more time with me. I would love it if you say this to me. I would love it if you stop doing this. I would love it if. I would love it if. Apply the statement and you will get your spouse meeting up with your needs. This is the only way you can get them to do that which is expected of them. Sometimes they don't know. They may not even know they are not doing the right thing. By pointing it out to them, you're drawing their attention back to what is expected. Accusation has never helped anyone. Accusation has never fixed anything. Instead of you blaming him or her for not doing this, why don't you say it? I would love it if you compliment me. I would love it if you contribute to this. I would love it if you speak this way to me. I would love it if you respect me more. Say it kindly. Say it nicely. I would love it. This is the only way. Trust me. Apply this daily and see it work. See your relationship flourish. See your relationship blossom. I would love it if. Stop the blame game. Stop carrying the heavy bag of resentment where you store your spouse's errors and his weakness and then you keep blaming him for it daily. Drop that heavy bag. Blaming is a way of avoiding responsibilities. Rather than run away from your responsibilities, why don't you make an effort to make amends when you offend your spouse? When you err, please apologize and move on. Why the blame game? It has never fixed anything. It will never fix anything. It keeps you stagnant there. And before you know it, you begin to resent each other. Your emotions begins to run over. Your romantic lives begins to get cold because no one is willing to take responsibility. someone has to take responsibility. Two people cannot be mad at the same time. If your spouse is mad, you calm down. And when you are mad, your spouse has to calm down. And in this case, you have to be the one to calm down. Fix it. Apologize. Sometimes you apologize when you haven't even erred, when you are not at fault. Just say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is leading us, towards this direction. I'm sorry you're getting angry. I'm sorry you're mad. But can we let it go? Can we fix this? Love conquers things. When you love your spouse, it conquers these things. See your relationship as a beautiful garden with lovely flowers, with beautiful flowers that requires tending, that requires care. You don't weed out the entire flowers because of weeds. You don't destroy your beautiful gardens because it has weeds and thorns. No. You uproot, you weed out the weeds. You remove them and you let your flower blossom. If you can do this to your garden, then you can do this to your relationship. Your garden needs water. It needs the sunlight. It needs fertilizer to make it bloom. But your relationship needs more than that. It needs respect. It needs tolerance. It needs understanding. It needs love. Put in that sunshine. Put in all your effort to make your relationship blossom, just like a beautiful garden with beautiful flowers. Anger does not fix anything. If you have enjoyed this topic, why don't you like and subscribe and leave your notification button open so you can always get notification whenever I bring you wonderful topics like this. Finally, stop making your relationships rigid. Stop making it tough. Play. Have fun. Make it fun as much as you can. Play all the time. Laugh. Play like your kids. Remember those days when you both used to get thrilled, get excited and play like children, like the best friends that you are. It's worth preserving. It's worth it. Anger does not help your relationship. Build communication. Communicate what makes you angry with your spouse. When you communicate, your spouse understands your feelings. And they do that which puts smiles on your face. Like I always say, love your spouse like there is no tomorrow. And if tomorrow comes, love again. I am your love doctor, Onwa Dia. For now I say